Your first £10,000 does not just change the number in your bank account. It changes the way you think, the way you move, and the way you make decisions. This milestone is not just about the money itself, but about what it represents. A fundamental shift in your relationship with money. Once you cross this threshold, returning to your old habits becomes almost impossible. The gravity of this change is profound, and it marks a turning point in your financial journey that is difficult to overstate. In the previous part of this series, we explored why the first £10,000 is the hardest to achieve. Today, we are going to uncover why it is also the most powerful milestone you will ever reach on your path to financial freedom. This is not merely about accumulating a certain sum, it is about the transformation that happens within you as you strive for and ultimately reach this goal. It is about the discipline you build, the habits you form, and the new identity you adopt along the way. This episode is designed to be cinematic and educational, drawing you into the emotional and psychological journey that unfolds when you save your first £10,000. We will dive into how this milestone impacts your mindset, your behavior, and your entire financial future. We will also expose the common traps that sabotage most people at this stage, so you can avoid them and continue building on your success. Stay with me until the end, because the insights you will gain here are not just theoretical. They are the keys to unlocking the next chapter in your financial story. And if you are ready to take control of your future, make sure to subscribe and get ready for Part 5, where we will explore what to do after reaching this milestone. Before you reach your first £10,000, it often feels like money has all the power. It dictates your choices, your opportunities, and even your peace of mind. Every paycheck seems to slip through your fingers, and the idea of saving a substantial amount feels almost impossible. But the moment you hit that first serious milestone, something fundamental changes. You prove to yourself that you can control money rather than letting it control you. Reaching £10,000 is not just about the discipline to save, it is about mastering the art of delayed gratification. You learn to say no to fleeting pleasures in favor of long-term security. You develop consistency, sticking to your plan even when it is difficult. You become adept at protecting your capital, understanding that every pound saved is a building block for your future. This newfound confidence seeps into every aspect of your life. Suddenly, you are no longer panicking over small expenses or chasing after quick wins. Your perspective shifts from thinking in weeks or months to planning in years. You start to see the bigger picture and make decisions with a sense of purpose and control. This psychological shift is the real reward of reaching your first £10,000, and it lays the foundation for everything that comes next. Before you have a financial cushion, every unexpected expense feels like a disaster. A flat tire, a medical bill, or an urgent home repair can send you spiraling into stress and anxiety. The lack of savings forces you into a corner, making you reliant on credit cards, loans, or even the generosity of others. Emergencies do not just threaten your finances, they threaten your sense of security and control. But once you have saved your first £10,000, the entire dynamic changes. Those same emergencies become manageable inconveniences rather than catastrophic events. You have the resources to handle surprises without derailing your life. You no longer need to ask for permission, take out loans, or make rash, panic-driven decisions. You have options, and options are the very definition of wealth. This is what real financial peace feels like. It is not about never facing problems, but about having the resilience and flexibility to navigate them with confidence. Your £10,000 is not just a number. It is a shield that protects you from the chaos of life's uncertainties. This sense of security is transformative, allowing you to focus on growth and opportunity instead of constantly worrying about survival. There is an aspect of reaching your first £10,000 that is rarely discussed, yet it is perhaps the most important of all: the transformation of your identity. Before this milestone, it is easy to fall into the trap of believing that you are simply bad with money. Every failed budget, every impulse purchase, every missed opportunity reinforces this narrative. But once you save £10,000, that story changes. You stop telling yourself that you are careless or irresponsible. Instead, you start to see yourself as someone who does not waste money, someone who is disciplined and capable. This shift in self-perception is incredibly powerful because it influences every decision you make from that point forward. When you view yourself as a disciplined saver, you begin to protect that identity with everything you have. You become more mindful of your spending, more intentional with your investments, and more committed to your long-term goals. This new identity becomes a source of pride and motivation, pushing you to maintain and build upon your success. It is a dangerous shift, in the best possible way, because it makes backsliding far less likely. You have redefined who you are, and that change is permanent. However, reaching your first 10,000 pounds is also a critical juncture where many people unknowingly sabotage their progress. There is a common trap that catches even the most well-intentioned savers: the urge to celebrate by spending. After months or even years of discipline, it is tempting to reward yourself with a big purchase or a lifestyle upgrade. You tell yourself you deserve it, and before you know it, you have undone much of your hard work. This is the moment where many people fall back into old habits, erasing their progress and starting the cycle all over again. The first 10,000 pounds is not meant to be spent. It is meant to be protected. It is not freedom money, it is foundation money. This distinction is crucial. Your milestone is not a finish line, but a launching pad for everything that comes next. Understanding this trap is the key to breaking the cycle of self-sabotage. By recognizing the impulse to celebrate with spending, you can choose to celebrate in ways that reinforce your new identity and commitment to your goals. Protecting your first 10,000 pounds is not about deprivation. It is about honoring the journey you have undertaken and setting yourself up for even greater success in the future. One of the most profound changes that occurs after reaching your first 10,000 pounds is the way money begins to work for you, rather than the other way around. Up until this point, you've been chasing money, working hard, saving diligently, and making sacrifices. But once you cross this threshold, the dynamic shifts. With 10,000 pounds in savings, opportunities start to appear that were previously out of reach. You begin to understand investments, not as risky gambles, but as calculated steps toward building wealth. You can afford to take measured risks, knowing that you have a safety net to fall back on. Money becomes a tool, not a source of stress. This is the stage where wealth accumulation becomes almost inevitable, if you maintain your discipline. Your savings start to generate returns, and those returns compound over time. You are no longer working for every pound. Your money is working for you. This is the true power of reaching your first 10,000 pounds. It transforms you from a spender into a builder, from a consumer into an investor. Reaching your first 10,000 pounds is not just about increasing your income or getting lucky. It is about changing who you are at your core. It is about proving to yourself that you have the discipline, the resilience, and the vision to take control of your financial destiny. Protect what you have built. Respect the journey you have undertaken. And most importantly, use this foundation to build something even greater. If you are serious about changing your financial future, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for part 5. In the next episode, we will dive into what to do after reaching 10,000 pounds, and crucially, how to avoid losing it. Let us know in the comments. Are you on your way to your first 10,000 pounds? Or have you already crossed that milestone? Your story could inspire someone else to begin their own journey. I will see you in the next one.